Hi guys, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 10:12 a.m.
Right, as you know, I've got some kind of nutcase, some psycho, trying to ruin every day of my life, and I'm trying to cope on my own, by myself, with no help or intervention, dealing with this nut job. Just basically trying to upset every moment, second, day of my life. Huge chip on their shoulder. So in the previous video, I told you I got a message on my Twitter account, and I've showed it to you. It's not in my head, is it? I've shown it to you. That James was asking for protection money, basically. To protect my Twitter account, he wants cash. That's what he means. That's what that meant. I'm not parting with any money. I haven't got any. I'm a disabled woman on benefit. If they take money off of me, you know, I won't have food to eat and electric and gas to heat my home. So they're not getting any money. This morning, around 8, 9ish, was busy and I didn't go outside. We had an Asda lorry. Asda lorry deliver to somebody else, some other flats. We've had Amazon with a long bright red hair, striking red-haired woman carrying an Amazon parcel up the road for somebody. Really bright red hair, dyed red, bright red. And we also, obviously this nutjob psycho is a comedian. So we had a James Hewitt lookalike. You know, I would say the guy was about 5'11", thin, with James Hewitt's hair that he used to have when he was in the Horse Guards. So we had a James Hewitt walk past Inez Apartments with a blonde, really long blonde-haired woman. So this person is not only a psycho, and they think they're a comedian. So we've got a James Hewitt lookalike walking down Corey's Road this morning with a long-haired blonde out of a bottle, because you can tell the black roots. A true blonde won't have black roots. A dyed blonde will have black roots at the top. Their roots will start showing when the dye fades, you see. So I knew she wasn't a natural blonde, because you could see the roots at the top of her head. Right, so I was just in my flat. Of course, I'm going to notice a tweet that's threatening me. As I've said, I'm not answering Facebook requests. I've packed all that in. So, you know, they try to get to you in other ways. So they've got into my Twitter, and they, you know, I don't look out. Lansdowne Court was totally different to this flat. It was a no bedroom bed sit. It was a bed sit, basically. Your bed was in the living room, and you had a tiny kitchen and a very small toilet. And I used to spend a lot of my time standing and looking out the window. Right? This place is built like Fort Knox. It's actually built like a prison. It's hard to get out and it's hard to get in. And that's the truth. Everybody says that. It's hard to get in and it's hard to get out. It's built like prison. In fact, you know, add a few more floors on it, it would be a prison. And there's no garden. I don't have a garden. I've got a tiny little balcony, bigger than Lansdowne Court's balcony, and I don't have to share it with anybody. So I've got a little box. It's a box, and then outside is another box. And this box has got grills on it, and I can't see anything. So when I go out, I have to look outside. I have to physically go outside and stand on my balcony, stand on it. Because when you look out the window, you can't see fuck all. You can't see anything. Lansdowne Court the windows were longer. And the postman used to knock on the door and hand deliver your parcels. My parcels get shoved in the communal area or shoved into a metal prison box. There's no familiarity with the postman. You don't get to know the postman's name. I mean, my mum, where she lives, will know the postman, and she'll know the dustbin men, and she'll know all the neighbours. If you died in here, you wouldn't get discovered. You wouldn't. Because I don't bloody speak to anybody, do I? Do you know, sometimes the neighbours either side, I don't see them in months. Months. So, I hear them, but I don't see them. So, the guy next door coughs past my front door twice. So he goes out, he coughs, and then he comes back and he coughs. The blonde woman with the pug dog got a dog barked this morning down the corridor. It barked. The blonde lady's pug dog barked. You see, everything to annoy, to badger me into doing something, and I've got my own life and I'm getting on with it. I'm reading a book, I'm watching the telly. Normal things that people do. What my mum was teaching me, what my mum was doing was not normal. You shouldn't be talking to yourself out loud. You shouldn't get aggressive and angry and shout at people. That's wrong. So I'm trying to flush that out of my system, what I've learnt from my mother, which is not how to behave. It isn't. People sit, watch the telly. They listen to the radio. I'm not a puppet. No one winds me up and watches me go. No one controls me. No one tells me what to do. I'm my own person. I'm not a clone. I'm not a sheep. And I do what I want to do now. And yes, it's causing a commotion. Of course it is. Because their meal ticket's gone. Their meal ticket. Dirty photos, trying to get me to do nude photos, trying to get me to do things I don't want to do, involve myself with people that are bad for me. If I've got to be on my own and I have to sit in my flat just watching the telly, listening to the radio with no company whatsoever, I will do it because that's what I want to do. I will not involve myself in drugs. I don't go to pubs by myself in the dark. I don't go to nightclubs. People have been stabbed in nightclubs. You lose your wallet, your purse. You get offered drugs and drink. I'm not into that. I'm not a young person. When I was young, I never got involved in drugs. And I don't certainly want to get involved in drugs over the age of 50. Just leave me alone, please. That's all I ask. Just leave me alone. I can feed myself. I can turn the television on and off. I can go outside my door and walk my dog. No, I mean, I've been left alone for the past 12 years. Right? Stop interfering. If you cared, you'd take me out somewhere. You don't care. You just want me to do bad stuff. What's wrong with just sitting in your flat, being quiet and minding your own business, for fuck's sake? And I'm very grateful. Other people have shopping. Of course they do. I had a Tesco delivery. I had a bloody Tesco delivery on Thursday afternoon. I've still got food from Tesco's delivery. I went to the Co-op yesterday to get some more food. I had parcels from Amazon. So I'm not gonna, I don't need to see other people's belongings, their parcels. Do you know last night? It was pitch black when I went out walking Max. Right down the end flats, there was a pile of like furniture or things that they were moving into their flat, right? Left unattended on the pavement. Now somebody even knows where I go walking my bloody dog. So I'm walking Max quietly along the path, and out of nowhere this couple runs to their possessions, runs to their stuff. Now I'm a 54-year-old disabled woman with a dog, and every night at the same time approximately I take my dog for a walk, and I'm looked at as if I'm a fucking common thief, yeah, a thief. So they grab their stuff, and I said to Max, I made a joke of it, I said, Max, some of that stuff was bigger than me. It was as tall as the ceiling. I said, let's get our removal lorry, Max, and we'll come along and nab it, shall we? The way I was looked at last night. I mean, really. I've got furniture in my flat. I've got a freezer. The thing I could do with is a washing machine, and I will get one eventually. But I mean, honestly, I've got everything I need. Why would I want to pinch somebody else's belongings? I mean, really. And of course, my mum she rang me 4 or 5 times yesterday, and every time the phone went, the noise goes up, doesn't it? She rings this morning, and out comes an Asda lorry, and out comes the Amazon red-haired lady. And what does my mum call me on the phone? Jernestra. She doesn't say Crystal, she says Jernestra. So this big, long, like, red car drives outside my apartments with this lovely coloured lady in it. After she's called me Jernestra, and my name's Crystal. I'm obviously watching telly, listening to the radio. I'll go out when I want to go out. The sun's shining, it's a beautiful day. But I'm not allowed to enjoy myself. I wish I was. Every day's a trial and a challenge. Going into a shop, I'm brutally treated. And I'm just looking after myself. And, I don't want to take people being rude to me. But I can prove it. I can prove the way I'm being treated. The way that woman spoke to me in the pound shop the other day was disgusting. Yes, hold on a minute. I'll just serve this. This, what, thing? Doesn't promote the pound shop for me. That's twice I've been treated like shit in a pound shop. Right? It shouldn't be called a pound shop. It should be called the Pound Plus shop, because everything's costs more than £1. See you later.